All right, guys, back here, some more ShoNuff time. Yeah. So today, I've been working on the mount to hold the ECU and all the electronics inside the car. So let's go ahead, peep ourselves down up under here. Ugh. All right. So we have up in here this piece of sheet metal, and we're gonna mount our Dominator ECU. Right up in here like that. And then up above it, this upper half, we can put like our cutoff solenoid and, you know, all our power and ground terminal banks. And then down below the ECU, down on this flat zone right here, we'll be able to mount our EGT box and, you know, all the little accessories, relays and all that stuff that we need for the car right here. So this is going to be like our electric, you know, center of the car pretty much. So yeah, and that's just up in here, and the trainee's going to be sitting right here. Spin you around a little bit here. There's the passenger seat, drive shaft tube, back to the driver's seat. Yeah, so we're up here under the dash right now. Here's the pedals, and I've been busy working away. I got some aluminum cut for the tubs, just waiting for my 3M panel bond adhesive, and that should be here in the next day or so. I'll get all this glued up, seamed up, and after that I can put the rear end in here again, and then it don't have to come back out except for, you know, maybe a rear end gear change. And in the meantime, I've been actually figuring out the front end up here. So up here I need to fit an array of things. I need to fit a radiator, fuel cell up in here, possibly a water cooler and a water box, but I also have to fit the fuel filters. So right now I'm just measuring all of my parts and seeing what configuration and stuff I can fit within the space and confines I have in the front end of this. Got all my sheet metal on the bench, and I'm ready to start rocking and rolling. Alrighty, so I have actually now gotten my measurements for the fuel cell, and we're moving on to the fuel cell now. So as of right now, these are my drawings. So it's going to be 12.5 inch tall on 3 of the sides, and then on the front face it's actually going to be 14 tall, and that's because the front's going to drop down on the bottom and then have a sump, so it'll direct all the fuel towards my pickup. And it's going to be 9 by 9 square, 12.5 tall, 14 on the one face. So I already took some of my 3/32 aluminum here and cut a big 4-foot long strip here at 12.5 inches wide, and I am then going to cut that at 27 inches in length, because I will do 3 sides and just bend them. So that'll actually be, you know, 2 corners I do not have to weld, and it'll just have a cleaner look and less potential of a fuel leak. So yep, I'm gonna go ahead and mark this sheet up, get her cut, and then we'll mark it up for the bends and bend it into a trifold, and then start cutting the other pieces out and get this fuel cell done. Oh yeah. You done, boss? Yep. Cut, fold, fold. So we have our cut line, a fold line which I dotted, and another fold line which I dotted. And so that'll make 3 of our large sides, and then we'll have 1 which will be custom shaped, a square 9x9 lid, and then of course the custom bottom, which I will show you how I get there once we're to that point. So yeah, let's keep plugging along. Alrighty, now it's cut down to length. I got the 2 breaks to do, so let's go ahead and line these marks up in the break here. Give her a good twist up to 90. That looks pretty good. Pull her out to the next dotted line. Line up. Drop the bar. And there's the first 3 sides of the fuel cell. Yeah!
Oh man. This is it?
Yeah.
Woo. How much fuel is that?
It should be right about 5 gallons. I made it a little bit bigger than my actual measurements originally, so.
Very cool.
My original measurements were like 4.7.
Where's that sit?
It's gonna sit right up.
Right off this side?
Right here, with the sump kicked out right here, so the fuel filter can go along the rail, and then boom, right into the
That's
pump.
cool. That's way cool. That'll be awesome.
Where's it going?
Right in here. Boof.
Nice. How many gallons is that thing?
Just about 5. Or it could be 5. By the time I add a filler neck, it might be over 5.
So is this the top or is this the...
This is the bottom,
This-
so
this is
our
the sump.
Yeah, right here will be our
Okay, so
our
all the
fitting.
fuel funnels right
Yep.
to this... I like it.
correct.
I do like that.
That's what you've been working on today. Looks good.
Yeah, it really does. You put that in the brake and folded everything.
Yeah, I got about an hour into that right now.
That's not bad.
Yeah, you weren't working on it long.
Yeah.
I just started.
That was really, really excellent. Party on.
That's 3 pieces right there.
I see.
One more piece and I have a complete box.
ShoNuff come together.
Heck yeah. Alrighty. Well, now that I got the bottom made, I'm about to put an AN fitting down on the bottom here for the feed for the pump. So I want it to go right down here. This is a -12 weld bung I'm going to be putting on. So I went ahead and put it down in the corner where I want it, found center, marked that, and I drilled a little 1/8" pilot hole. Now I'm about to just take a hole saw and get her up to size. Beautiful little 1¼ hole. That fits in nicely. I'll go ahead and weld that up from the back side, and it'll leave a clean, sleek look on the front side. And yeah, get all set up and prepared for welding, and catch that as well. there we go. Now we have a bung on the outside of the box. Let's start tacking the rest of the box together. Yeah. That's all tacked together. Yeah. Now we have all those plates tacked together. Little tiny gap there and there, but that's easily filled with filler rod. No biggie there. Little hammer and get that a little closer too, just little love taps.
Kiss my converse.
But I think that'll hold some fuel when I'm done, and dash 12 feed, it should definitely feed that mechanical pump plenty of fuel, so ShoNuff, let's get her eating. Yeah. This morning I went and headed to go get some of the fittings and the screw-on cap and stuff I needed to complete the gas tank. And I've also done a little prep work. So down here, I've got the lid for the gas tank. This is the Welding bung. Flip it over. So this is the top, and this is the top of the flange. So the cap itself has writing on it and stuff like that, so I already went ahead, tightened it down all the way, and then I squared it up where I liked the lettering on there, and then I went ahead and gave both the flange and the top plate an indexing mark. So once I get them all flipped over, because I'm going to weld them from the underside, I can make sure those are lined up before I tack them, and then that way once it's all done and I go to screw the cap on, the lettering is on straight, doesn't look all crooked. And then I also have a dash 8 right here. I put the cap on to protect the threads during the welding process, and also, you know, I'm going to be welding other things on the box. So as I toss it around, flip it over to get different positions, I don't damage the threads or the flare end on it. So I always like to put something extra on there just to protect that stuff. And then also on the tank itself, I need to add a dash 10 return line, which will go here. And then this dash 6 will be capped most of the time. But if we do like Rocky Mountain Race Week or anything where we actually have to drive the car, I'll have a gas tank that goes in the back, and we'll have a dash 6 coming from the back to the front, feeding it. And it'll just be literally a pump in the back that transfers fuel to the front so we can go a further distance and not re-plumb the entire car. Let's go ahead and get the camera set up, and we'll do some tacking and welding and get this fuel cell wrapped up and move on to the next project and get this ShoNuff rolling.
Yeah, that's right, bow, sucker! Yeah! Bow down to your master!
I also got my new helmet back from Preston at ShoNuff, and he does hydro dipping, and he took one of my new helmets from HTP and had it all hydro dipped and personalized for me. It's got PFI on it, the green and black colors, snakeskin pattern. I think it's pretty trick. So again, thank you, Preston. So let's go ahead and get some stuff welded.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so there we are, all welded on the underside. Flip it over, and there's what you'll see on top. No welds, nice and clean. Yeah, we'll let that cool. And we'll go ahead and set up on this piece over here, the actual tank. Get the return line and transfer bungs both welded on. And then after that, we can go ahead and weld the lid to it, and then we'll have a completed fuel cell. We got those two bungs done. Next I just got to put the lid on, but I'm going to go ahead and wipe out the inside before I go ahead and tack that on. Now it's time to tack the top on.
I think it's on the other side of that truck.
When I say, who's the master? You say,
And there we have it. Sho'nuff's fuel cell. I think it came out pretty nice. I'm excited. Should hold pretty close to 5 gallons of fuel. And that should be enough to make a pass at the track. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna keep on making stuff for Sho'nuff and keep on making videos. Yeah, glad you guys enjoy. Thanks.
$366. What's the party? 366.
Nice. Very cool. Let's put a torque lead on it and go to 4. Well guys, Shawn's making a ton of progress on Sho'nuff. He's got this fuel cell all wrapped up. Let's go see where he's gonna mount this thing. Oh yeah, brother. So that squares right up in there.
Yep.
So how's this gonna lay out? What's your plan here?
Well, radiator's gonna go actually right up in front right here.
In the face, okay.
Yep. And then this real estate's open for a water cooler or anything like that. We might
For
do.
intercooler or anything will be up in that area. Very cool.
So,
I'm really liking that. It looks great.
and then yeah, just been plugging away, trying to knock out sheet metal as well. So
Oh yeah, what else you got done?
I got a bunch of rivets into the sheet metal and bring them down. Clear it.
You about got this thing a roller.
Getting close, getting close. Time to start sealing.
Okay, so you got some rivets all through here. That's looking great, bro.
Yeah, they're getting pretty solid.
That's awesome, man.
Heck yeah.
Good work.
Got this plate in, so we actually have our first brake line fitting in there. And that's a little dash 390, which will feed a little flex hose that'll swing down to the rear axle and then tee off to both calipers.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah, getting that all done, and then we got the floor off right now. You know, we had all the holes drilled for all the rivets, and then Steven here went around and used a
Good
drill
job,
bit
dude.
and deburred all of them for me, and because it's real thin, so I just wanted to hand deburred.
Handy bird, yeah.
Yep. So he got all that deburred, so that's just sitting off to the side right now. So next thing I'm gonna start doing is I gotta seam seal all the edges and get it all sealed up, so tire smoke doesn't enter the cabin when he does a big old nasty burnout. And then I'm gonna seam seal glue the factory floor back in and put some rivets down into it, hold her down tight, and then we can glue the belly pan, or rivet the belly pan in and seam seal it. So
So lots of sealing gonna go
Lots
on
of
and
sealing, yeah.
making it a car again.
it's a learning curve. I've never done the seam sealer stuff, you know. Body work is kind of foreign to me.
Yeah, it's not our thing.
No, I'm more of a welder than a gluer.
Yeah, that's it. Well, it's looking great. Doing a great job.
Thank you. It's coming together.
So guys, that'll do it. Shawn's making good progress, and we're still pushing real hard to get this thing a roller, and we're still working on trying to round up a transmission. We want to either go with a G-Force or a Liberty, so we're working hard on trying to solve that little gremlin in our lives, but we're working hard towards it, and we're going to get that solved. So stay tuned, stay watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.